Okay. Well, so today is Wednesday, and I have Mr. Author Austin Camacho with me today. He was the very first author I think I met once I published my first book. We were at an event together, I think.
We were at a Borders. I was doing a book signing, and they had booked us both the same day.
Yeah, and I got the front.
So you were at the front of the store, and I was at the back. That's right.
I was the newbie and got the front, and he was the veteran and got the back. And I felt kind of bad, so I remember walking back there to you saying, "Hey, do you want to come up front?" He was like, "No, I'm good." And you had pedophores. I remember that because I was like, "Well, can I have one?" Because I didn't have anything. I didn't even have balloons. I think you had balloons and pedophores.
I had some kind of snack. Maybe they were pedophores, but the store had brought balloons.
Yeah, they ain't give me balloons.
That was back in the day when the bookstore would try to make it a big deal.
I know, because it had both of our pictures up on the front in the front window. Yeah. Like it was like amazing. I'm like, oh my god, I'm an author, and then I got showed up by the main, I was even though I was in the front, you know how you go to a concert and it's like the lesser acts go on first. Mm-hmm. So I was the lesser act because I was the warm up because it was weird because people be like, oh, I was like, oh, thank you for coming. They was like, oh yeah, we came to see Mr. Camacho. I'm like, oh, he's in the back. So today I'm going to talk real quick about infused cigars versus flavored cigars, and there is a difference. Most people don't know that there's a difference.
I don't.
So an infused cigar is like, the best way to describe it is like if you're going to grill meat on a charcoal grill or a wood grill. Infused cigars go through the same process. So, you have the cigar, you pick the leaf, you roll it, and then it has to be dried. So when it goes into the room to be dried, what makes it infused is whatever they're putting in that room while it's drying. So if they put molasses in the room, it'll go throughout the cigar, and the cigar will taste like molasses. So that's infused. Flavored cigars is a regular cigar. You pick it the same, you roll it the same, you put it in the room to let it dry. After it dries, you take that cigar and dip it in a flavor. Blueberry, cognac, rum, and so the flavor is only on the outside leaf.
Yeah.
So that is not an infused cigar. So that's the difference between infused and flavored.
Okay.
So I
learned something today.
I like infused cigars. So I liked it so much, I was going to show the infused cigar, but I smoked it. I smoked the entire thing before I realized, oh damn, this was the prop. So I forgot all about it. But this is a flavored cigar. Tatiana makes a flavored cigar. So the outside of their leaves are flavored. So this one is a fusion frenzy, which is, I've smoked one of these before, and it's like this cool type of, I want to say, if new car smell,
mm-hmm.
It's like a new car smell that you can taste.
Huh.
That's how I can describe it.
Okay.
So it's the new car smell that you can taste, and that's the Tatiana Fusion Frenzy. So that's a flavored cigar.
Wow.
So, okay. So enough about cigar talk this morning. That was your lesson for today. It may be a pop quiz later on. So today, I got to tell you this, more cigar related. Mr. Camacho came and he gave me this ashtray. It was, you can tell the story better than me.
Oh, okay. Well, when I worked as a government employee, I worked with somebody who was from Honduras, I think it was, but they have Camacho Cigars, which is a very large and popular and successful company. And she brought me this, which is actually an ashtray from Camacho Cigars. And since I'm not a cigar smoker, I've just kept it kind of as a keepsake. But now that I know somebody who's into cigars, I thought that they should have it. So it's funny. It says,
Ashtray. Right, I know, Camacho.
Camacho
Ashtray. Make no mistake about it. That does say, and it has it on the front, ashtray. So they don't want you to
know what
right. It's like, oh, make no mistake, this is an ashtray. So thank you so much. I'm so gonna love this. So when I'm not using it as an ashtray, I'll probably put some of my cigars in it just for display, just because I got a real Camacho ashtray, y'all, from Honduras. So I'm so appreciative. And look at the cute little lock. I don't know if you can see the little lock on it. Isn't that cute? This would make such a cute purse, but I'm not gonna make it a purse. I'm just saying because the lock, I'm all about the locks. so we have Mr. Camacho today talking about his latest. This is your latest, right? The latest book is called The Wrong Kind. Now, funny story about this. I had told him to bring a copy of this book with him when he came because I couldn't find my copy. So today, I was like, I know I have a copy of the book. I know I have a copy of the book. So this is where I've been sitting. You all know this is where I sit. I'll see this right here. Here's the book right here. Now, I have picked up this book at least 7 times looking for his book. And I would pick it up, look at it, and be like, nope, that ain't it. And I would put it back, right? Put it back because I kept in my mind saying the wrong kid. So as I'm reading it, I'm like, nope, that ain't it. Now this clearly says the wrong kind. Where I get kid from, I don't know. My mind was just saying that. So this is your latest book. When did you write this book?
This was last year's book.
Okay, so this was 2020, because don't it seem like it's been forever since we've been in Corona? It's like, is it 20? See, I keep wanting to say 2020.
I take that back. It was actually 2020.
Okay.
Because it was released just before the pandemic nonsense.
Okay.
Which was, let me tell you, not good for sales to have your book released right before a pandemic hits.
Oh, it was right before.
All of the bookstores closed.
Wow. Yeah.
So
did you get that whole, the pandemic started and then they did the whole stay-at-home order. So did your email immediately fill up with, we're sorry, but with the current health conditions, your book release has been canceled?
What was worse was I had arranged several events, right? So bookstores had the books.
Okay.
So then they returned them all.
Oh no!
And canceled the events.
Oh gosh! Wow. So they didn't even keep the books. Like they could have did online sales, but then again, a lot of people wasn't thinking online sales. They were just thinking, oh, okay, the stores are closed, so we got to get rid of everything. So how did that affect your writing? Because now you're stuck at home, so you don't have anything to do but to write.
Well, here's the thing. I talked to a lot of other authors and said, well, we write in real life in a real place. Are we going to talk about pandemic and whatnot? So, I decided no, just write as if this wasn't happening.
Okay.
But I did write more, and I created some new characters and some new stuff that nobody's seen yet.
Okay.
They're sitting with my agent trying to find a home.
Okay.
But it actually, for me, it spurred my writing.
Okay.
And I talked to a lot of people who had total writer's block during the pandemic.
Really?
Because
Wow,
they had all this other stuff on their mind.
Right.
I had the advantage that I had already retired. And so, you must stay home. I'm home all day.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
You're not allowed to go in a bar. Well, I don't like to hang out in bars.
Right.
So good
you have
on
a bar
me.
at home.
Good on me. Yeah. You can't go in any restaurants. Well, that just saves me a bunch of money. And you can't drive anywhere. Well, that just saves me a bunch more money.
Exactly.
And I was good with it. It didn't cost me anything. It didn't hurt me anything except the book sales.
Right.
And I just wrote.
Okay.
And wrote and.
So how many books did you get written during that time?
3.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
More Hannibal?
1 more Hannibal.
Okay.
1 that's really the cop, Rissick.
Really?
Trying to learn how to do a police procedural.
Okay.
So I have a Rissick book, a new Hannibal book, which I think, writers always think this, the newest thing is your best work, which I think is the best Hannibal.
Okay.
And I gave it to an agent. I got an agent, and I said, find me a bigger publisher.
Okay.
Because my writing is better.
Okay.
And one that's a thriller about an African American female professional assassin.
Okay. Oh, is that my girl?
Whose personality was very much based on someone we all know.
But is this the one from the? Is she the spin? Will it be the spinoff from the Stark and O'Brien?
Nope.
No, it's not her.
Nope.
It's a whole different one.
Entirely new. Set in the district.
Really?
DC,
okay.
And my girl is very much herself.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to see this one. So that one's with the agent as well.
Yes.
Okay.
But you can read it if you want to.
Oh, like I'm gonna turn that down.
You can tell me.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
But he thinks that it's the kind of thing that might be very attractive to like Netflix.
Okay.
So he's pushing.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
If whatever you think will make more.
Oh, I can't wait. If I could see one of these books on a Netflix, oh my God. And then to say, oh, I know that person that did that. Because it's always like, I am still the person, I am that person. I'd be like, oh, well, I do know that person. I'm that person. I'm going to be that person. I will always be that person. So
I very much hope that one day I will afford you that opportunity.
I have no doubt that you will. So here's my question, because a lot of people, when they write, they already have a title in mind. So what for you happens? Does the title come first or the story come first?
No, the title is almost the last thing. When I'm writing, I get an idea for a plot, an idea for a story. I write a big long outline. I fill in the characters. I start writing, and usually about halfway, maybe more than halfway through the book, the title will come to me. The title is, okay, here's what this is really about.
And you write it down, put it to the side?
No, I put it right on the dock. As soon as I have the title, I put it. But until I have the title, there's no cover page in my manuscript.
Gotcha.
Then I create the manuscript and I put the title on.
Okay.
Like I'm sure I was 3/4 of the way through this one before it occurred to me that the title was the wrong kind.
Okay.
Which refers to two things, and one of them you won't know until the end of the book.
Okay.
But one of them is the missing girl that he's pursuing. He has to find her, and she has gotten involved with all these men, 5 or 6 different guys, who anybody's mother would say, well, that's the wrong kind of guy to hang out with.
Okay.
Every man she's involved with is that guy your mother warned you about.
Okay. So is that really what this book is about? Every man that your mama warned you about, this is it?
Yes.
Okay.
But she's very strong. She's kind of sort of handling it. And then things go off the rails, of course. And then one of them gets murdered.
Right.
And then another one gets killed. And she's involved with gangs. She's involved with the Russian mafia runs by wrestlers mostly. So she's involved with those guys. And she's involved with a guy that's at a martial arts place.
So let me ask you, because I know that the book starts off in Charles County, in Hughesville, no less. Why did you pick that? Because if no one knows anything about the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, Charles County is like this little teeny piece of county south of PG County that everyone swears is like going to Africa because it's so long to get there. Actually, it's only like 33 minutes in traffic. And why do I know that? Because I would drive from Charles County to my parents' house in Oxon Hill, and it was actually 33 minutes. So on a good day, it's 33 minutes. On a bad day, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Well, here's the much too wordy long explanation for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hannibal Jones is set in Washington, D.C.,
Mm-hmm.
but in most of the books, he doesn't spend a whole lot of time in the district.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Virginia, he's in Maryland, he's in this big space that I think if there should be a town called Beltway.
Mm-hmm. It should be. It should be.
That is all this stuff, because when you're driving, you don't know when you're in Maryland. Oh, no, I'm in district. Oh, wait, I'm in Virginia.
Right.
You know, they're almost together. So when I went looking for a homeless shelter
Mm-hmm.
that I could adapt, because you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to use the real thing.
Right.
And I said, okay, I don't want to be in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went looking, I found out that there is a place in
Mhm.
Charles County,
Mm-hmm.
very much like the one I use in the
Yes,
book.
very much like it.
And if you are hiding out from your man and you
Mhm.
live in D.C., this seemed like a safe place to be.
Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna
Ain't
drive
gonna
all the way
find
down
it.
there.
That's right.
Especially with the gas prices now. They'd be like, oh,
So-
never mind.
So we went to that.
So did you ever drive down there?
Yes.
Did you drive down to where it was?
Yes.
Did it feel like you was going to a different country?
It always does. You know, you act like I've never been in that.
I know, but
before.
I mean, but you've never been like that far down, have you?
Well, I've been where you lived when I first met you.
Right.
Is pretty far down there.
Yeah, but that's even farther.
I have been to your daughter's house.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Across that stupid bridge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been down there.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's a long scene where Hannibal is driving back from someplace
Mm-hmm.
and ends up going down 301 and ends
Mhm.
up going across that bridge.
Bridge, yeah, the Harry Nice or Harry Nice, however you want to say it, bridge.
Mhm.
You know they redoing it now, so it's gonna be 4 lanes
no.
instead of
Oh,
2.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so it's gonna be 4 lanes. It's still gonna go. You know, it's not gonna have a divider in between, but yeah, it's almost complete. So
as it was when I was there,
Mhm.
it was like a blocking point.
yeah,
No matter what time of day or night you went,
oh yeah,
you were gonna have to stop
Mhm.
and crawl and finally get over that bridge.
exactly.
So you get
And
back on.
it's horrible. It's horrible. It's 1 lane each way.
Yes.
And coming from Maryland to Virginia, it's a toll booth, so the backup starts like 1.5 miles, 2 miles before you get there. And then, God forbid, there's an accident on the bridge because it shuts down both sides of the bridge because it's only 2 lanes. My daughter was in an accident on that bridge, and I was like, oh God, don't tell me her car done fell over the bridge. But for whatever reason, the cars never fall off the bridge, that's my biggest fear. Like even driving across the bridge, I turn the radio off. Don't talk to me. Don't make any noise in the car. When we cross through the toll booth, stop talking to me. Turn off the radio and don't turn the radio back on till we're back on the other side. But that's all bridges for me. And let's not even go into tunnels. We ain't going to talk about tunnels.
Oh, no.
So. Okay, so this is the latest Hannibal book. So what book do you think is going to come out next, or are you just waiting for the agent to find?
I don't know. It's one or the other.
So right now you're in a guessing game on what is going to come out first.
It is whatever he manages to sell
Mhm.
first.
Okay.
I'm hoping
Mhm.
that it is the thriller.
Okay.
Because it's a new character and that kind of launches you
Right.
into visibility.
Okay.
And that one is set almost entirely in the district.
Okay.
So I got to play with the different neighborhoods.
Ah, okay. I can't wait to
And,
read this one. I'm shocked and amazed and in awe. I'm just.
But if it's the Hannibal, and a lot of that one is in Northern Virginia,
Mhm.
because that one is about a basketball player
Okay.
who gets kidnapped,
Mhm.
and his family wants Hannibal to find him.
Oh.
But they are all people who are, the super rich.
Mhm.
You know those parts of Virginia
Oh, yeah.
where they have the $10 million houses, but they weren't born that way.
Okay.
So I have a lot of fun playing with how people act when they suddenly, when now I got money,
right,
kind of thing,
right.
you know, because there's a certain amount you show off, but there's a certain amount, you know, you still have that tentative,
right.
So,
and then the mentality: do you stay in your new uppity, I have money kind of ways, or oh wait, don't forget I came from this, and you know, so this, which well, I have to say leads me to what I've been hearing all day about the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing, that it was like, yeah, Will has all this money, but let's not forget he's from Philly. So it's like, what happens there?
The wild thing for me is Will Smith is my definition of life's been good to me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He has been a big success at everything he has tried.
Mm-hmm.
He's healthy. He's good looking. He got a beautiful wife, beautiful kids. His kids are becoming stars.
Mm-hmm.
As a general rule, the press doesn't get in their personal business unless it's something they volunteer to talk about.
Right.
He's got everything good.
Right.
And yet he is apparently so sensitive and so protective of his wife that a joke was too much. Now, what I said before is what I was thinking. You're a rapper. Write a diss rap. Tear Chris Rock apart verbally.
Right.
Don't walk up there and make a spectacle and slap him upside the head.
Exactly.
Don't pull a 50 Cent move when you're Will Smith.
Right.
You're above that shit, man.
Right. Now, here's the other thing, though. It's like, what why is he so sensitive now? I mean, all of the jokes when when the pandemic first started and she was entangled with August Alsina, and he, you know, he's cheating on her, and why all of a sudden is he sensitive now? Yeah, we get it that, you know, it's about her hair, and black women, we don't play about our hair. We don't play about our hair. Don't get our hair wet. Don't play around and wet our hair, because, you know, we just got it done at some point, even though it's 2 weeks old. Don't play around with water in our hair. So I get it, because for black women, it's about our hair and how we have a hard time when we can't control what's happening to it.
Okay, I understand that about not being in control. I get that. And I'm sure she's totally in control of her life in every other way.
Right.
Because that's how it is when you're rich and famous. But when you're that one woman out of 20 who is truly beautiful bald, well, she looks good.
Yeah, she does. She does.
No worry about that.
Right.
She looked good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be freaked out about it.
Yeah, but
you know?
But we don't know what her self-image is. So we don't know if she thinks she's pretty. You know, even though he tells her and everybody else tells her and everybody does these photo shoots with her and oh my gosh, she's so beautiful bald. But we don't know if she sees, you know, oh, okay, I have this little mark here and I got a mark here, my forehead too big and this and that. Because I know, look, let me tell you something. And let me just put this out there. If I was to ever lose all of my hair, I'm wearing a wig. My forehead will not allow for this right here to be completely bald. I'm wearing a wig. It might be a bad wig. No, it won't be bad, because Kyra ain't gonna let me walk out there in the world with a wig that's just sitting on top of my head, lopsided and looking all crazy.
But you and I both know black women, because back when I was at work in the office, I was in a federal office. And it was a communications office. So these were educated, classy women, as a general rule. They were professional communicators. There were women in that office who had different hair every day. Now, everybody had to know they were wigs.
Yeah.
Obviously,
but they ain't gonna say nothing about it.
You don't have straight hair down to your shoulders one day and dreadlocks the next day.
That is true. That is true.
But nobody said anything,
right?
Except, oh, you look nice today. You know, it's part of, in my opinion, it's part of the black woman culture. Wearing wigs is if you wear a wig, I don't assume that you've got some illness or something.
Right.
I just figured that was your style. When Jada shaved her head, I just figured, well, that's Jada's style right now. She decided she wants to be bald. And
to be clear, I wear wigs because I'm lazy. I don't like to do my own hair. I wear braids because I don't like to do my own hair. If I didn't have braids in my hair, I would be looking like buckwheat all the time. Because I hate to comb my hair, I hate to brush my hair, I hate to wash my hair. I have to wash my hair with the braids, and I hate it. I will start saying on a Sunday, I need to wash my hair. And then 2 weeks will pass, and I'll be like, okay, I really need to wash my hair. I really, truly need to wash my hair. Now, do y'all hear the phone ringing? Do y'all hear the phone ringing? Like, can we not, like, am I the only person on earth that still has a phone that actually rings? And you know why I'm not bothering to stop taping or whatever? Because there's somebody telling me that my car warranty is up. That's all they want. or that I cannot be found on Google Maps. Those are the two phone calls I get. I can't be found on Google Maps, which is not a bad thing, and that my car warranty is up. And then I always ask them, well, what car? Because, I play along sometimes. What car is it? Well, tell us what car you have. No, you call me. So you tell me the car that I need the warranty on.
The phone calls that I get are either they want to lend me money.
Mm-hmm. What? I don't never get them phone calls.
We can refinance your mortgage.
Okay.
I'm calling from the debt consolidation company.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Exactly. That's what I always say. Which one is that? And I do get the your car's warranty is about to expire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? What kind of car? Yeah, click.
Right. Like, okay. At least have an answer, even if it's wrong. 1974 Chevy. Like, if it's wrong, just let me give you the, you know what? I sold that car last week.
Oh, I have also gotten recently a spate of a spate of these. I'm calling from the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
You owe this money. And the sheriff is going to come and arrest you if you don't pay this money inside of 24 hours.
Get out
Dial
of here.
this number to find out how to make your payment.
Wow. And what the sad thing is, a lot of people will take that and they will, call and they will call and give their information, and then they find out maybe a week or 2 weeks later that it was a fraud, and you can't really say, can I get my money back? Because now they're in the universe doing it to somebody else. You can.
When they call me, I almost always call back, just as a test.
Okay.
99% of the times, that number's not in service.
Right. Or you just get the
How you called me from a number that's not in service?
Exactly.
There's got to be a way to put a stop to that.
You would think. The whole blocking your call is a robocall. Like, why does it find these people? Because my thing is, who has time? You see, this is me, because I'm not a criminal. I'm not criminally minded. So who would sit at home and be like, today's Monday. Let's see how many people I can get my money out of. Do you wake up with that on your mind?
I don't even think it's like that. I think these people this is my job. This is my profession.
Really?
I record this script that I wrote, and I have paid for all of these revolving phone numbers.
Right.
And I push a button, and the machine calls 9,000 people.
And if only 100 give you money, you won.
You know what? If only 4 of them call back and give me money.
That's true.
If I get one sucker a day,
right,
I can probably survive.
Right.
What I don't understand is, why is it not illegal,
right,
to make these phone calls
exactly
with the robot caller? There's got to be a way that they can track them back.
Especially since it's illegal to send out mass emails.
Right.
Now, I'm not understanding this. It's illegal to send emails to your email contact list in mass form, but someone can get a mass phone number list and just call that for 9 hours a day, and that's not illegal. Come on, Congress. We got some bigger issues that we need to be dealing with. Fix it. Okay, so we done got totally off track, but So let me ask you about your other series that you have, Stark and O'Brien.
Yes.
So when are you going to work on another one of those novels?
I think that's going to be the next project, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because, you at least for me, I go where the voices tell me to go.
Okay, yeah. So you do that too.
The Assassin book.
Okay.
Let me give you the background.
No, I want to know the background,
Okay.
especially since it's patterned after.
I have never considered.
Mm-hmm.
I had never considered writing another thriller series. I figured I'd just be a mystery.
Okay.
author. Weldon Burge was putting together an anthology that he called Insidious Assassin.
Yeah, yeah.
So he said, "Can you write me a short story about an insidious assassin?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to think up a character.
Okay.
I had to come up with a story.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote a short story about this black female professional killer in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
No background,
Okay.
no nothing, just her
Okay.
doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to the end, I really liked the story. And
Okay.
I did well, and he really liked the story, and he used it, and it's in his anthology.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to meet Skye,
Okay.
because that's her name,
Ooh.
Skye, Skye. Find Insidious Assassins, and she's in there.
Okay.
And I went on wrote this book, but that character wouldn't leave me alone. So there's more to me.
Okay.
And she was just fun as hell to write.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Because each character has to have their own personality.
Right.
And this was a character who is entirely on her own, entirely to herself. Don't care what nobody thinks. I have my own picture of the universe, and I liked that character.
I can't wait to read this.
If you've ever, for those of you who are like in my age group, if you've ever read stories about the Saint, there's a lot of that kind of feel in this character.
Okay.
She is a killer.
Okay.
But she's not a bad guy.
Okay.
See what I mean? She's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
She only takes, she's very selective.
Okay.
No children. No women unless they've done something really awful.
Okay.
But she helps to clean up other people's problems when they can't get to their own problems.
I can't wait to read it.
She gets hired by a guy whose son was kidnapped and killed, and the people who did that are part of a major cartel, criminal cartel. So she needs to take this cartel down, one boss at a time, and kill you, and kill your boss, and your boss, and your boss.
Oh. And what's this called again? What's the name of it?
Right now the title is Urban Assassin.
Okay.
But that may change depending on what a publisher thinks.
Okay.
When I wrote the character, Skye was all you got. My agent said she's got to have a last name. I said, no, she doesn't. Right. She said, she's got to have a last name. Okay, so.
It could be a letter.
But I think I settled on Skye Madison.
Okay.
People out there, because if you know the musical Guys and Dolls, Skye Madison is the character that Marlon Brando plays.
Oh, which funny you mentioned Marlon Brando, because we were talking about on my Facebook post I posted about
The Godfather.
The Godfather, which I have never seen. Don't judge me, people. I've never seen The Godfather, but it's on my magazine about one of the most iconic movies, and it's turning 50 years old.
This time.
And I'm like, okay, so that means I need to see this movie. So at some point, when it's raining outside, I'm going to go ahead and watch it.
The Godfather Saga, which is really the first two movies put together. But, it's okay. It's a gangster movie. A gangster plot. But the performances, the acting in this movie is just that good.
And that's what the article was saying, that one, Marlon Brando is who the director wanted, and nobody wanted him because they said he was a difficult actor.
Right.
And two, Al Pacino was like a no-name that they went and got and was like, you know, they don't believe that this movie would have been as good without that cast of characters, that cast.
It had to be them.
Mm-hmm.
And one son needed to be the actor that played Fredo,
mm-hmm.
who I've never heard of.
Okay.
Don't think I've seen him in anything since,
mm-hmm.
but that performance is unbelievable.
Okay.
The other son, Sonny, was James Caan,
mm-hmm.
who is Jewish,
mm-hmm.
playing an Italian guy.
Right, okay.
But man, this movie is so good
mm-hmm.
that you see its influence in a lot of other movies that have come after.
And that's what it kept saying. I was like, oh, okay, so that means I need to see it. I need to see it. So tell everyone where they can find you.
Oh, I'm everywhere.
He's everywhere, people.
You can start with my website, ascamacho.com, to learn all about my books and whatnot. Find me on Facebook. That's just Austin Camacho. Austin S. Camacho is my personal Facebook page. I also have a writer's page, which is Austin Camacho, mystery thriller author. But you'll find me. Worst case scenario, you'll find my son, who is also Austin Camacho, but you'll know right away he's not the writer.
I don't know. He writes some good posts on Facebook sometimes. True. So you never know. You never know. It ain't going to hurt. I mean, the son probably would be like, "Oh, you want my dad?" Because he'll reply back, "Why are you requesting me? You probably want the older one of me." You know, they look almost exactly alike, people. So just look for the picture. Just look for because I think you have this sweater on in the picture, don't you?
One very much like it.
Yeah, or one very much like it. So
this is my style.
Those are.
I've got like half a dozen.
Yeah, aren't they the best though? Because that's like my style in shoes. It has to have a zipper on it. So, you know. Oh, it's talking about style. The shirt I have on is called Good Vibes. Good Vibes. It's made by one of my daughter's college friends. So on the back, look, see on the back, it says Good Vibes.
Good Vibes.
Yeah. So you can find Good Vibes on Instagram. So look her up on Instagram. It's Good Vibes. VIBEZ with a Z, not an S, on Instagram. And thank you for my shirt. And she has some shorts and she has some other things on there, socks, I think. And it's just, I mean, you know, these young women coming out and making their own way in the world. And I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
It's proof of my belief that there is good in every bad, and bad in every good. Horrible that 1 million people have died from this pandemic. There's no taking that away. But it has created a situation for a lot of people to realize I don't have to rent a storefront to have a business.
Yep.
Because it's all happening online.
Yep. And the pandemic made it possible that the online is not crashing if 1,000 people go to it. You know, first, before the pandemic, you get 1,000 people go to one site and all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're sorry, the website crashed. There was too many people online. Now, the pandemic has made these companies up their bandwidth to handle all this, which, in my opinion, they should have done anyway. Because technology is what everyone is using.
Well, there's what you could do and what you want to do.
Yeah, that's true.
And in general, businesses, what they want to do is only driven by, am I going to make money?
Right.
You know, how many people knew what Zoom was 2 years ago?
Exactly. Like we knew because we were doing some Zoom meetings. Like before Zoom became popular, authors were using it because we were meeting with book clubs that were, you know, out of state or whatever, and we couldn't travel there. Not that we couldn't travel there, but we just weren't traveling there, or they found us online or whatever. So we knew Zoom.
There you go.
We knew Microsoft Teams. We knew all of that.
Are now actually doing events.
Exactly. Virtual.
We have at C3 we run a literary conference, Creatures, Crimes, and Creativity. And this last year, one of our keynote speakers, Hank Phillip E. Ryan, couldn't be with us because she was doing book release stuff for her new book. She zoomed in her presentation, her keynote address, and when we had the big book signing, We had a laptop set up.
Get
with
out
Hank.
here.
People would come, talk to Hank. Just bought your book. She had a stack of books.
Mm-hmm.
And they could tell her on the screen, I want please to sign a book for me and sign it to so and so and so. She signed their book, personalized their book, mailed it to them. So we actually did a book signing.
What?
Through Zoom.
Wow.
And, I thought that people would be upset she wasn't there.
Right.
But I said, well, this is really cool.
Everybody
thought it was cool.
Because she actually probably spent a little bit more time talking with them via computer than she would have having a big line behind her.
Right, because she couldn't see everybody else. It's just the two of you talking. And Hank, she chatted with everybody. Yeah. She was very personable.
I love her.
How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And it worked really, really well.
Wow.
But 3 years ago, nobody would have even considered doing
Exactly.
So
we even though the pandemic has stopped a lot of things and still it makes you rethink doing a lot of things. Yeah. I'm glad that the conference is back. I'll be back there this year. I'll be there this year. And I'm going to have you back on so we can talk exclusively about the conference. Excellent. Yes, about the conference and who you're going to have and who's going to be there. So I thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. This has been fun. I know. I'm back at it, people. I'm back at it. So, next week. Oh, and who's going to be on the show in April? The Book Divas.
Really?
The Book Divas. We're getting the Book Divas back together.
Oh, man.
So, me and K.R. Ray and D. Lawrence, we will be together. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're doing
a new book.
Yes. And she re-imaged all the covers of her trilogy, her Colors trilogy, which is like night and day. It's night and day, these covers. You wouldn't believe that these are the same covers for the books that she had. So,
I'll be
so the Book Divas, we'll have the Book Divas on with Chico the Barge playing in the background. That's a whole inside story, but you'll find that out. So thank you for joining me. Make sure you look up Austin Camacho on Facebook, Twitter. He's on Twitter. Pick up his book, The Wrong Kind, not The Wrong Kid. Don't look at the wrong one. It's The Wrong Kind. The Wrong Kind by Austin S. Camacho.
I promise you'll love it.
And we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.